Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be doing the preview for today's racing at Greyville, the poly track, where we have got 9 races on the card. The first race off at 12:05. Before we start looking at the form and the betting, there's one or two things that I would touch on for the persons who are watching this video for the first time. What Outsider Genie do is we do a form analysis, and through doing our form analysis, we then give you, the punter, outsider selections that you can add into your own selections. Please, we are not tipsters per se. I do the work for you to find the outsiders. You take those numbers, you add them with the numbers that you like, and hopefully, if those outsiders do arrive with your selections included, then you will collect the bigger payment. You can also find us on social media. And then I want to introduce you Dr. Genie. He's ready to help you with your punting problems. I'll tell you about him just now. Then you can subscribe to our daily form analysis. We've got free packages currently. If you sign up now, you can get selections from now till the end of April, 250 Rand. Then package 2 is now, normal package is 500 Rand, but if you sign up now, and you can get selections till the end of May for 500 Rand. And then we got a 6 months package, and that is, well, it's now actually 5.5 months till the end of September, and that's for 1,000 Rand. So you can see there is quite a good of value, and that would include all the selections for all the main races in the KwaZulu-Natal season. And what do you get for your from our daily analysis? You get a box selection exacta, 2 daily all to comes. You get race by race selections. We give you an outright winner. That is the winner, the horse that we think has got the best chance of winning the race, and that can be at any price. I've given winners as big as 50 to 1, 53 to 1. We give you two possible outsider selections, and then we give you value bets which you can play each way. Normally 6 to 1. The other day I gave a value bet that ran second. It paid 11 Rand the place, or 10 Rand the place. Then we give you a best bet of the day. I don't give you 8 to 10 or a 9 to 10. You can find that yourself. I try to give you a best bet that has got some value. If the horse win, at least you win a few Rand. And then we give suggested trifectas and quartet selections. On Monday at Fairview, I gave you a quartet for 24 Rand box. It paid 11,000 Rand. And then we also give you affordable PA and pick sixes. Yesterday, our PA won for 64 Rand, paying 173 Rand. Not a big profit, but a profit. And our pick six was 104 Rand, and that one and paid 133 Rand. But I must add, a huge outsider got beaten on the line, and if that horse, uh, won the race, because we've got I normally put the field in my pick sixes, we would surely have been more in the money. So how do you receive your selections? You receive your selections. We post this every day on a WhatsApp group where you get all your selections, your all to come doubles, your win play selection, exacta, trifecta, quartet. We even give you the race time so that you can make sure you get your bets on time. We give you two daily value bets, best bet of the day, pick six, and PA selections. Now, I quickly want to touch on Dr. Genie. Now, Dr. Genie are you battling with your punting? Then you need to see Dr. Genie, and he's here to help you. Are you one of the many punters out there who are tired of losing, tired of constantly picking the wrong horses, tired of not being able to find the outsiders to catch the bigger payments? Now, if your answer is yes to the above questions, then you need Dr. Genie. If you are sick, you see your doctor. If you want legal advice, you see your lawyer. If you are losing on punting horses, you see Dr. Genie. Recently, Outsider Genie had a lot of requests from punters battling to win, to give them advice on how to improve their punting. So then I started as unique sessions where I will spend 50 minutes with you on a Zoom call. And in this session, you can ask whatever you want to. Some of the subjects that we can touch on: your betting strategy, how to punt to win, how to use computer form, formulating your bets, how to find outsiders, learn more about handicapping, any other question you might have. I will spend 50 minutes with you, and you can then use that time to discuss any racing matters and or ask questions. I truly believe that such an appointment will benefit you greatly in your punting. I will also record this meeting and you will receive the recording in order for you to rewatch should you want to listen again to some of the matters discussed. The cost for this 50 minutes is 250 Rand paid in advance. As a bonus, I will give you the following. You will receive 30 days free daily form analysis from Outsider Genie, a value of 500 Rand. I've got a document, punt to win. I can't give a price on that because the information there is very valuable and surely will assist you. Video how to read computer form, 100 Rand. Video how to use computer form to find outsiders, 100 Rand. The total value of 950, you pay 250. Yesterday, on Monday, 12 April, Dr. Genie saw his first patient. This is what he reported back. I booked the sessions with Dr. Genie today, and I'm already in the profit for the 100 Rand outlay. I picked up 700 Rand. He gave me a lot of insight on how to play for constant profits. The session was an eye-opener for me. I urge you all to book a session with Dr. Genie. I've been in racing for a long time and no tips that come close to Dr. Genie. If you want to make a booking, direct message me on 083 585 5133. So that brings it into that. Let's move on to the business of racing. Lastly, I just quickly want to run through yesterday at the Vaal. In the first race, we gave you the quartet 360 box. We paid 560. You would have shown a profit. We gave you only him, and only him, I think, jumped at 6-1. We then, in this race 3, our first selection, Genie, was scratched. Then in race 4, we gave you the trifecta box, 219 Rand. We also gave you the exacta 21 Rand 40. Then, yeah, obviously everybody had don't look back. So I'm not going to claim that as a thing that I gave you. Everybody could find don't look back, not difficult to find. Then here in the 7th race, we also gave you make a scene. Although this horse jumped at the favorite, in a betting in the morning, this horse was like 6-7-1. And he duly got up to win on the line from Jive Express. And then in the last race, we gave you number 7 as a value bet at 7-1, who got up to beat the favorite on the line, foreign, this outside of foreign field. Now, we had the PA that paid 174 Rand for the outlay of 64 Rand, so you made a small profit there. And then also the pick 6 for 104 Rand, you got back 133 Rand. But I just want to mention, here we had the field, and you can see number 9 paid 11 Rand the place. Now, if that horse got up, because he looked the winner and then got nabbed on the line by Voluntario, which was our value each way bet, I'm sure this would have been like 133,000 Rand, which would have made a huge difference on our payment. So you can see that Outsider Genie do give you valuable information. So then let's now move on to Hollywood bets. At the first race at 12:05 is a maiden plate over 1,000 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 2, Bella Belize, even money. Mr. Cat 28-10, 7 Song 4-1. DD 12-1, No Name Brand 18-1. 53-1, and betted the rest. Yeah, there are a few visiting trainers. Paul Peter and Candace Dawson are visiting from Gauteng. So yeah, we're going to stick with the number 2 horse, which is the favorite, Bella Belize. Now, when you look at this horse, this horse appears to would be a distance horse, but I think he ran one of his better races last time out at 11:60. Now they're putting it over 1,000 meters. They're putting blinkers on board, Anton Marcus. And I just got a feeling that this horse is going to run well. And also, being a filly, she's getting a 2.5 kilogram allowance. So I think Bella Belize today, a huge runner, has run against some decent opposition in Gauteng. And I think will be hard to beat on this poly. I'm sure Paul Peter won't send this horse if I'm not sure that this horse can run on the poly. And for my outsider selections, I went with number 4 and 5, DD. Lyle Hewison on board for his dad. This horse that he ran improved race last time on the poly, on the Carl Stradom, went into the front and got late. The race before that, again, the horse ran on fast as 400. So I'm not sure which tactic they're going to follow today. If they're going to go to the front or they're going to bring him from the back, we'll have to wait and see that. But this horse didn't have good form, but surely lately in his last 2 runs, he did improve. Here you have number 5, No Name Brand, a 5-year-old who's only had 6 runs. I remember Crusher Run, she won a few races by Alami. So there is a bit of speed. Toria, they'll also bring in the speed. They're getting -4, and surely a horse that can be involved in the finish. First time on, second time on the poly, I see here. First time on the poly, didn't do too well, but maybe the horse wasn't ready yet. And now definitely is improving. Number 5, No Name Brand. And then we're going to look at number 1, which is 7 Song, Michael Roberts, Moodley drawn 1. Also a horse that has been improving. But, last time out was beaten by a horse that was a long time maiden. So surely that field couldn't be too strong. And has been draining thereabouts, but I don't think he'll trouble number 2, Bell of Belize, today, number 1, 7 Song. Maybe I'm going to land up with my foot in my mouth after the race, but we'll have to wait and see. In race 2 is another maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,200 meters, and here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Diamond Girl, Even Money, Indigo Moon, 22-10, 5-1, Just the Win, 10-1, Green Dream, 10-1, Loving the Victory, 16-1, Princess Sabrina, and longer the race, scratch number 9 in Tombi. Now, yeah, this is definitely not the strongest maiden that I have seen. A lot of runners. It's not. Yeah, I'm not gonna. No disrespect to the trainers and owners of some of these horses, but I'm sure some of them will never see the number 1 box. But here we're gonna go with number 1, Diamond Girl. I'm not a big fan of, tipping horses first time, second time out. I don't say they can't win, but my experience have shown me in the past, more often than not, the horse ran a very good first race, and then he ran a poor second race. But let's give number 1, Diamond Girl, the benefit of the benefit. She won, and there were 16 horses in this field, so surely a large field. She jumped and then went to the front and got run out of it late by Dodges of Success. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was also a first timer that day. Sean Wheel on board, and certainly looks like a progressive sort. Then for outsider selections, we're going to go with number 6 and 7. Princess Sabrina is coming all the way from Gauteng, and we've seen when Clinton Binder bring them down to on the poly, they normally runs well. He does his homework well. Has been placed early and arrived here and there over this shorted 1160. So getting the observers -1.5, certainly a horse you need to include in all your play. And then here is number 8. Let's have a look at number 8. Just to Win, Nathan Costin, Lyle Hewitson on board. This horse has been placed in 4 of his last 4 runs, and also, but over a longer distance now, coming back number 200, but it horse do show pace, so most probably the 1,200 meters won't be a problem. And then also we're going to have a look at number 7. Also in with a chance, Indigo Moon, Richard Fourie. This was also then a nice race behind Princess Fee, which was a huge outsider. And also before that was placed on the poly. You'll see a distance, course and distance, 5 runs, 4 seconds over this course and distance, and surely can be the one who troubled the number 1 horse. Then we move on to race number 3. Here we have a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,800 meters. And here the favorite is number 10, Top Me Up Holy, 8-10, Rock Flight 3-1, Ballygood 8-1, 14-1 Miss Missouri, 14-1 Papillon, 14-1 Tostada, 16-1 and longer the rest. Scratch number 11. So let's go down here to the favorite number 10, Top Me Up Holy, who's been knocking on the door. And with Lyle Hewitson on board today, certainly looked like a huge runner in this field. Has been running second in his last 2 runs. Gypsy Magic, if I'm not mistaken, also ran a nice race again after that. But Gypsy Magic is also one of those Tony Nassau horses that came from Gauteng with no form, who was 33-1 on the day. And I did warn everybody not to leave out Gypsy Magic. So today, Top Me Up Harley surely must have a huge chance. Then my outsider selections is number 7, which is Very Good. Very Good also improved over the 1600 meters, and I'm sure will be running on strongly on the 1800 meters lateral. You don't see a minimum of them around anymore. I'm not sure whether the stallion is deceased or what. And then my other outsider selection is number 8, Tostada. Also been running a few places here and there, and did not run a good race last time out, over race early, so maybe we could ignore that run. Ryan Munger on board might have a small chance, including all of your play. And then let's have a look at number 5, Rock Flight. Rock Flight also in with a chance, and I would definitely, this horse can, has got the, can beat the favorite. As I said before, this is a half sister to Irish Flame. The Dan Clock the Rock has produced quite a few winners in her time. Warren Kennedy on board, and certainly not a horse to ignore. Also, here is number 6, Miss Missouri. Put this horse in the back end of your quartets and trifectas. I would think might have a chance as well, Miss Missouri, for a place. So then let's move on to the next race, which is race number 4. Maiden Plate over 1600 meters. Betting as follows: number 2, Dio Rosa 3-1, Pretador 9-2, Montana Sky 9-2, Boardmaster 8-1, Purple Dominance 8-1, Water Rider 8-1, Silver Celebrity 9-1, 9-1 Jack in the Box, 53-1 number 1, Protea Pride, and number 7, Komasan. Here in race 4, my first selection is number 4, which is Boardmaster. This is a Master Fate by Captain Al May, and this horse was running over 1200 meters. Now they're putting it over 1600 meters. You can see here the horse ran 24.2 fastest 400 to finish, fly, jump, 2, lost car shoe, everything that did go wrong on that race. Then in the next race, Lord Carroll, slow ridden crop had shifted. So I think over the 1600 meters today, if this Sean Will can get his horse to settle and let him run on nicely drawn, I think he will be a huge danger to the favorite. And so by the way, maybe you can look at a double race 2, number 1, all to come, race 4, number 4, the same trainer and jockey combination. And for outsider selections, I'm going with number 3, Silver Celebrity. I think also this horse, the 1200 meters might seem a bit short. If we look at the breeding, the Silvano by National Emblem Assembly May, and I would think the 1600 meters would suit also well drawn. Number 3, Richard Fourie on board, certainly a horse that you can't leave out of your calculations today. Then let's have a look at number 6. Number 6 is Purple Dominance. Clinton Binder bringing this Jackson out of a Western Winter May, nicely bred, to the poly for the first time, also going 1600 meters for the first time. Getting -1.5, definitely an inclusion in all of your bets. Then let's have a look at number 2. Number 2 is the favorite, Dio Rosa. The Rosa is the favorite, Anton Marcus on board, but hasn't got the type of form that I would rush to back him. He's a soft falling ran by Fordwood. The distance should also suit, but definitely not a certainty in this field. So let's move on to race number 5, where we have a merit at 91 handicap, Class B, average merit at 86. And here the betting is as follows. Number 2, Ralph the Rascal 2-1, Tread Swiftly 33-1, 33-10, 4-1 Galway, 5-1 Magical Midlands, 8-1 African Sunrise, 12-1 Indigo, and 16-1 and longer, 16-1 Banzai Pipeline, and 25-1 Captain's Pride. So here in race 5, my first selection is number 7, which is Galway. Galway has been running well, and he's won 4 of his last 5 races. And the way he won last time out, coming from behind, I mean, he was never in the race. In the next moment, he was just there. I watched the race, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was watching some other runners which I had in the race, and the next moment, he just came flying up, and that was that. And Stuart Randall, knowing him by now, has won 3 times, 2 seconds and a third. So 6 out of 8 times. And surely I think he's not going to stop here. He's running in the same type of division than last time. And surely I think a huge runner in this race. Then one of my outsider selections is this Banzai Pipeline. I like Bambus, his member in Seattle gelding by Tiger Reach Me. I have been following it. I did tip it the day it won, and then also last time out over Vision stayed on. Maybe the 1400 was too short. Will definitely appreciate the 1600 meters, where on this course and distance he ran twice for 2 seconds, and surely a 52.5 Banzai Pipeline at 16-1 must be an inclusion in all of your bets. And then also have a look at number 4, which is Indigo. Also a horse coming from Gauteng, Candice Dawson. Well-bred. Go Indigo was a grade 1 winner. She was trained by the late Leonie Rasmus, and yeah, did do well for them. And this horse is always a horse that's been running thereabouts. You can see here, has been running in the 99s, 89s, 87s, 103s. So certainly a horse that needs to be included. I did include it in my pick 6, but I had to take it out due to the cost. So maybe if you want to go wider on the pick 6 that I'm tipping, you might want to include number 4 Indigo into your play. Then my other outsider selection, other horse I want to touch on is number 2, Ralph de Rascal, the favorite Lyle Hewitson. Definitely also in with a huge chance. Has also been running against a stronger here and there, and also definitely in with a chance. In my pick 6, I went for numbers 2 and 7, and that just for ability purpose, for affordability purposes. Then we went to race number 6. The betting as follows. So I just want to quickly go down to race number 6. Race number 6 is a merit at 88 handicap. Class C, average mean rated 78. The betting as follows. Else My Daddy 92, 5-1 Cleveland, Seamaster 5-1, Euphoric 11-2, Bahawa Breach of 6-1, 9-1, Tambora Just for the Penny 11-1, 14-1, Rockcliffe. Now here let's have a look at our selections in race 6, where my first selection is the number 5 horse, and that's Bahawa Breach. Now, Bahawa Breach, you can see here, he's coming from Gauteng and won't have a problem with the distance. He has won over this distance. And if you have a look here, you'll see that Bahawa Breach always runs against some decent opposition. You can have a look here, 8 runs, 1 winner, 14 runs, 2 winners, 11 runs, 1 winner, 7 runs, 1 winner, and when he beat Will's Wood. And there, there's some more. And you'll probably find, if you go into form grids, what I'm not going to do now, but you can check it out for yourself, is that you'll probably find that in that field, there is other horses that also won. Because remember, in a computer form, this means this is horses who won directly after running behind bar. In other words, there was 2 horses out of this 14 horses that has run since, that has won immediately after they ran behind Bahawa Breach. But then if a horse wins 2 or 3 races later, that's not included in this figure. And my experience have taught me that definitely there is sometimes more horses that has won. And here is just an example, here you got category 4. Now category 4, last year and early this year was one of the best, one of the most improved horses in Gauteng. I think he won 4 or 5 races in a short space of time. Here, this horse ran 9 lengths behind second base. Beat Will's Word has won. Stone Cold has won again. And I think today in this field, Bahawa Breach is going to be a huge runner. I'm sure they made sure that he likes the poly, because if I'm not mistaken, at Randjiesfontein, the one track that I got, a practice track, is a poly track, because there was talk that they want to change that into a proper poly track for poly track racing in the future to supplement turpentine in the vol, but I don't know what happened to that plan. So my selection number 5. Outsider selections here, number 8, Tambora. Tambora is also a horse that's been running well and running in the same division and he ran last time. But before that, ran an 81, actually won an 81, and definitely a horse that need to be included in all of your play. There's a dangerous combination for Ree and Snape. Certainly not a combination that you can leave out. Then my other outsider selection is number 11, Seamaster, 60, carrying 60, getting a -4. Has also been running against some decent opposition here behind Dutch Alley and 83 and 89. Ran second last time behind Truly Wicked after leading, and then but now today getting the -4 from a very competent apprentice jockey. So certainly not to be left out. And then let's have a look at number 6. Number 6 is the favorite Els Madali on the Marcus. Also run against some strong opposition that is facing today. Yeah, can certainly make his presence felt, but not the type of horse that I would rush over to the bookmakers to take a bet on number 6, Els Madali. So let's move on to race number 7, where we have a merited 80 handicap over 1,000 meters, and the betting is as follows. Number 4, Xavier 7-2, Shinnecock 7-2, Burning Wings 7-2, Valiente 6-1, DiMaggio 13-2, Kings Road 7-1, 8-1. Here comes the rain. And number 2, Winter Storm 33-1. Now here, race 7, my first selection is number 5, Shinnecock. Shinnecock got beaten by Xavier last time out, but there is a weight turnaround. And I just got a feeling that today Shinnecock is going to run a huge race. He beat Spider's Corner. Spider's Corner came out and won again last time out. So that form was definitely frank. And yeah, he's closer to Xavier in the weights than last time. And I think the weight turnaround might be enough for him to finish in front of Xavier. Then my outsider selections here is number 1, which is Kings Road. Also a horse in this poly, 4 runs, 2 wins and a second. So getting the -1.5, definitely number 1, Kings Road. The inclusion in all of your bets was also in that race behind Xavier, and has also now got a weight turnaround of Xavier, which will also bring him close enough, and also has got a weight turnaround with Shinnecock that also would probably can assist him to finish close or even beat Shinnecock. So number 1, Kings Road, a serious runner not to be left out in this race. Then my other outsider selections is number 8, Valiente. He always runs well, was also in that race behind Xavier and also beat Kings Road before. And now getting the -1.5 and also close to the other ones, definitely an inclusion in all of your play. Then also number 4, the favorite, definitely, as I said, has beat some of these horses, but is now in a little bit of disadvantage because of the increase of the merit rated was increased by 2 kilograms. Then Burning Wings is also a horse that has won well, 3 out of 4. Lyle Hewitson on board, definitely in a horse of a huge chance, do include in your play as well. Then we move to race number 8, which is a Fillies and Mares 67 handicap over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look here at the betting. Here the betting is number 7, Hansa Grow 3-1, Rachel 33-10, Someone Exciting 9-2, Enrapture 8-1, Ariano Spinner 10-1, 8-1, Precocious, Eager Duchess 10-1, 14-1, and Better the Rest. So here my first selection is the number 7 horse, Hansa Grove. I really like the look of it. This horse is improving. The Tony Riverland stable is in form. Wayna Grenna rode a nice race last time out. Just came too late. Finished like a steam train, 23.9 on the poly behind Purple Nyakazi. Purple Nyakazi got a first run on it, but the way it finished, when we can repeat that, would certainly be in the hunt today for the number 1 box. He's running in a D66. has run in that division in his last two races. Before that, ran in a 72 and a 74, wasn't disgraced. So certainly, I think Angel Grove today, a huge runner on this card and this race particularly. Number 8, something exciting. One of my outsider selections. This horse is always there and thereabouts. Anton Marcus on board today, and I think he can bother the number 7 horse. Then also, when I have a look at number 9 looks to me, it's just still a young filly, Duke of Marmalade by Captain Al Eager that says has only run 6 runs for 1 win. But I just got a feeling that this horse can improve. Last time ran 2.5 behind in Jest, and certainly I think can improve from that. Definitely also including all of your bets. So in my pick 6, I've got 7, 8, and 9. And we move down to race number 8, race number 9, the last leg on the race and on the card, 1400 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Shampompo Shampisi, 5-2, Parktown 4-1, Superior Leader 8-1, Bedazzled Joker 8-1, Sovereign Soldier 10-1, Bernie's Dream 10-1, 12-1, Tromso, Queen Master 12-1, Living Waters 14-1, Cupid Song 14-1, Spring High 14-1, and 40-1 Gaza Gallop. Now, yeah, all the rates today will be Shampompo Shampisi. Now, guys, I don't say the horse cannot win. The horse won well in his maiden, but you need to be conscious of the fact that on this race, the maidens runs on level weights. Lasha Star, surely not a world beater, is battling to win a race. And although drawn 1 today, now going over 1400 meters, this horse is running against some, also good horses and also horses that are improving. And I like the look of number 9, Quantum Leap, or Quantum Master, who is getting the -4.5. This number 1 is carrying 60.5 for a 3-year-old against some older horses. That's quite a difficult to carry. Yes, you got a grounds against a 4-year-old who's getting -4, only getting 56. Competent jockey. This horse also is now running in a C74, but has been running against like in an 83 behind Kaysen, Wolfgang, so has run against some days, King's Road. That won his second last race and then ran behind Burning Wings, who's also running in a higher division earlier, is running in a B83, just 1.2 lengths, getting the -4. I really believe 9, Quant Master, a huge runner in this race today. And also outside the selections, you're going to have a look at number 8, Sovereign Soldier, also getting the -1.5, has been placed last time out, and I would think Sovereign Soldier definitely on this weight a contender. And then my other outsider selection, I just want to mention Quant Master. He's going over the 1400 meters for the first time, but there's also lots of pace. Maybe the jockey can, from draw 9, maybe he's going to get a horse a little bit of a chance to let him run on number 9, Quant Master. And my other outsider selection is number 12, Bernie's Dream, also a horse that has been improving, won a nice merit rating a while ago, then ran second again, so definitely in with a chance. And then I also want to touch then on number 1, Shampompo Shampisi, as I said, Shampompo Shampisi. He did one over 1,000 meters. He did one running on. Certainly not without a chance. And I think if he can win here today, definitely you have a huge future. So that brings us to the end of our preview for today at Global Polytrack. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.